RSS 100 here at Darlington. Practice coming to conclusion. Final race here to decide the playoffs. And it comes here at the lady in black. Who's going to come home with the win and a playoff berth? Currently, 8 of 10 drivers are locked in. 7 different winners this season. 2 open spots. And a lot of drivers that can win their way in tonight. Right now, looking at Aaron Stanton. As he comes out of pit road for his qualifying lap. Stanton in the 27 Clorox truck heads into turn 1, gets right to that apron and then right to the wall. Pretty close to the wall right now. Exiting 4, he's going to drop to the bottom and go all the way up to the top of the track. He'll come to complete his lap. Now we're going to have Keegan Clark run you through a qualifying lap here. Keegan, go ahead.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the broadcast. Today, switching up a little bit, I am not going to be in the booth this week. I'm on track. I'm going to participate in this tough, long 100-lap race at Darlington. There'll be a challenge on these tires. So we're going to take you on board here for a lap around this lady in the black. It's really tough. Try to run in the top here before my first lap. Try to get some momentum. Build it up. Got to get some warmth in these tires. They're going to be really cold, a little slick. So the money lap's going to be the second lap. First lap, we're going to just try to get some heat in these things. You want a low entry, let the car slide up a little bit, and then you want to try to duck it down for the exit of 2 while not trying to spit out. That's a huge problem here, which you'll probably see today. We're going to run the top right here so we get some more momentum out of 4. Get us a faster entry into 1. And now it's time for the money lap. Oh, and that matters a lot right here. We're going to dip low right here. Back on the throttle pretty quick. Let it slide up the track. We're going to go back down for the exit. Back up gets the wall to back stretch. Now you're going to go low here in 3 and 4. Get back on the throttle. And just whip it around 4. Come to the line. We'll see how good it is. 29.1. That's a pretty fast lap here at this amazing historical track. Now right there's a lap around Darlington, everybody.
Thank you, Keegan. Great lap, and have a good rest of your race.
Yes, sir.
Keegan Clark goes 5th fastest as we've ride along with him. Mark Allen Bivens, top of the boards right now. He is provisionally on the pole. Fastest lap of the night so far is dipped under the 29s. Drew Cox goes second. Drew second in the point standing, first in the point standings. Your regular season points leader. He's got 2 wins on the season, looking to make it 3 tonight here at Darlington. Right now, Blake Wachowski on track. He's going to lose the car hard in the inside wall. Lost the car out of turn number 2. Down the back, just lost the car and went around. I think that was on his 2nd lap of the day. Let's just take a look at what happened. Right here, just got up into the wall and just hard into the inside wall. Not what you want to happen here. He's going to have to start from the tail end of the field. Not too great for him. Tommy Lemley coming to his final lap. Coming to complete this final lap. He'll stay the same there in 15th. Jeffrey Vickery on track coming to complete his first time to the lap. Vickery will go 16th, 30.44. Could have been a little loose. Got possibly half spun there. Here's his real good lap. This is the lap you want to have here at Darlington. Runs that top there. Out of 4. Coming to complete his last lap. Can he make it into the top 10? Vickery will go 9th. He'll be starting provisionally in the top 10 right now. And that'll do it for qualifying here tonight. Let's go over your race information here tonight. Just kick everything off. Race 12 here at Darlington. 2 laps of qualifying, 100-lap race, 60% fuel. I'd have to guess about 30 laps. 1 fast repair. 1 chance to get back in the race if you have too much damage. Unlimited green-white checkers. We can go all night. 4 sets of tires for these drivers. It's going to be a rough one for some of these guys tire-wise. Got 21 cars in the field tonight. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be a good one. And we will see who will lock themselves into the playoffs. A couple drivers in a must-win. Tonight we'll talk about them after we go to our starting lineup. Presented by 213 Simware. Mark Allen Bivens on pole tonight in the 76 throwback paint scheme. Drew Cox second. Matthew Greathouse third in the 40. New driver to the league. Elijah Fisher fourth. He needs a good finish tonight, possibly a win. Aaron Stanton starting 5th. Keegan Clark, his return to the series in the 11, starting 6th. A good start for him. First one in a while. Josh Henderson starting 7th. Adam Tahan 8th. Vickery 9th. Shane Haar rounding out your top 10. Ethan Sikorsky in the 94 11th. Cameron Wessenberg 12th. Cade Cannon 13th. Nathan Johnson 14th. Stephen Henning Jr. 15th. Tommy Lemley 16th. Blake Witowski 17th. Connor Gibson, the Canadian, 18th. He's locked in on points. He doesn't have too much to worry about. Sean Lang, starting 19th. Rounding out your top 20 is going to be Garrett Jenkins. Josh Brackett rounding out your field in 21st here tonight. Field starts to roll off of pit lane. Here we go. It's going to be an exciting one. We're going to see who locks himself in. So right now, playoff picture. Stephen Henning in that second to last spot is in by 9 points tonight. He's in by 35 points he's in so far. Needs a good finish tonight to stay in. Elijah Fisher on the cut line by 21 points. He needs a good run to stay there. Andon Thompson out by 21. Cameron Wessenberg out by 24. Tommy Lemley out by 33. And in a must-win, Shane Haar out by 58 and Josh Brackett out by 68. Bivens leads us to green. We're green from the Lady in Black. We're racing for the final race of the regular season. Bivens goes up to the top already to block that line of the 21 of Drew Cox. They are spanning out, and we got a caution already. Garrett Jenkins and Blake Witowski are involved. Not how you want to start your night off. Be involved in a wreck early. Let's take a look. Let's go back and take a look at what happened. This all started back here with the 92 of Garrett Jenkins. Witowski just got loose and went around, really fighting cold tires and a cold racetrack here tonight. He just got loose right on the back bumper of, I believe, Henning. I believe it was Henning he's on the back bumper of. Just got loose and nowhere he could go. First caution of the night already. Comes out on lap 1. We'll be right back here from Darlington. We're back here from Darlington under caution for the first time tonight after Blake Witowski gets sideways in front of the field and collects Garrett Jenkins with him. Choose cone this time by. Where is everybody gonna go? Bivens goes to the bottom field, kind of spreading out between top and bottom, trying to gain spots. Elijah Fisher already up 1 spot, restarting behind the leader. They're in third. You know, while we're under caution, don't forget to like the stream and subscribe to VMTV. Here we go, getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. Mark Allen Bivens going to lead us to green. Drew Cox to his outside. Elijah Fisher right behind him. Green flag is back out. We're racing once again. Battle back here already heating up. Keegan Clark on the bottom of Aaron Stanton. 1 car in the wall. I believe that's Jeffrey Vickery. No, that is Ethan Sikorsky that was in the wall. Field starting to single file back out. I believe that's Nathan Johnson on the bottom here. No, that's going to be Stephen Henning on the bottom. Kind of just letting everybody by. The pace he wants to start this race. Three-car battle right here. Exiting turn 4 down the front straightaway. As the field goes by. Right up on that wall. A couple cars brushing the wall back here. A lot of cars getting into the wall. Battle here is Keegan Clark and Adam Tahan. Adam Tahan now trying to work on Aaron Stanton out of turn 4 here. He's going to single file back in the line. We'll go 1 car in the wall. It's Ethan Sikorsky hard into the wall. We stay green for the time being. Sikorsky way off pace, and he's going to go around Foley now. They're wrecking in the back of the pack. Brackett gets into Gibson. Gibson's around as well. Connor Gibson involved as well. Caution for the second time tonight comes on lap 8. Connor Gibson, not what he wanted so far tonight. Having some troubles. Let's take a look at what happened to Ethan Sikorsky out of let's go look at what happened to Ethan Sikorsky out of turn number 4. May have been a little bit of contact there with Cade Cannon. Just he got loose and then got in the wall here. Big right front damage, ton of aero damage with these trucks. Aero damage really affects them. So he just goes into the corner on the wall and just loses all the grip in the car, and then bracket just hard into the 31. Let's ride on board with Josh Brackett here. Big hit for Connor Gibson. Nowhere Gibson could go there. A lot of cars in pit lane. Elijah Fisher is one of them. Here's Vickery and Haar. Not sure who won the race out. Believe it was Vickery. Yeah, Jeffrey Vickery wins the race out of pit road. That's going to be Sean Lang, Stephen Henning, Elijah Fisher, Garrett Jenkins, Ethan Sikorsky. Josh Brackett, Cade Cannon, Connor Gibson. The race out of pit road. Let's bring in Connor Gibson and see if we can get, kind of just an understanding of what happened from his view. Hey, Connor, it's Mason up here in the booth. Got a copy?
Yep.
So, what happened there in that accident from your point of view?
Oh, well, let me tell you a story. So, the number 94 truck was getting loose, and I said, uh-oh, and I hit the brakes like a good boy, and then next thing you know, wha-bam! And I got sent to the fence. But he sent it so deep, he basically hit the wall after he wha-bam! Me in the butt. So that was fun. I'd already given myself 3 minutes of damage from hitting the wall under caution. Clark Source is going to be making a special news report on that later. This is pretty embarrassing. But, you know what? We're hoping to get the truck fixed and get out here to finish mid-pack, because that's what we do.
All right, well, have a good rest of your race, and try not to let anybody wha-bam you for the rest of the race.
God bless.
Connor Gibson, driver to the 30. Yeah, Connor Gibson, driver to the 31 truck. Had an interesting night so far. Trying to not have that happen. He doesn't want to get wha-bammed again. Green flag is back out. Bivens leads us back to green again. He's going to jump up to the top right away. He will clear for the lead once again early. And here's Aaron Stanton battling Matthew Greathouse, for the lead, or for third. Cox goes to the bottom of Bivens. Drew Cox trying to slide up, won't be able to make it work. Out of 4, Bivens gonna have the run off the high side. Down the front straightaway, Bivens with a nose advantage entering 1. Who's gonna give up the corner? It's gonna be Bivens. New leader, Drew Cox. Back here in the back, a little bit farther back the battle, Stephen Henning and Shane Haar. Shane Haar way off the pace here. Not sure if he's just giving up spots to try and make it to the end, save a little bit of fuel. Try and make it to the first pit cycle. But the field starting to single file back out. But the battle for the lead still heating up. As Mark Allen Bivens was right on the bumper, basically pushing Drew Cox down the front straightaway. In the 3, Bivens right there pressuring Drew Cox. Really trying to force him into a mistake here. Not going to be able to do it this time by. He's got to run down the straightaway. Can he make it? No, he's not going to be able to put any more pressure. Battle back here, though. It's Adam Tahan and Matthew Greathouse. They were side by side through one. Ooh, Lemley. Not sure if he got into the wall, but a great save nonetheless for Tommy Lemley. We got a battle, though, for the lead. Bivens goes to the bottom. In 3, can he make it work? Is Drew going to give up the corner? No, he's not. Drew Cox retains the lead. Here comes Aaron Stanton. Connor Gibson off pace after getting whammed earlier tonight. To the bottom, though. Goes Bivens again. He'll give up the corner. He will let Drew Cox run that high side. Bivens on the bottom in the blue 76. Field starting a single file out here. Big gaps between the field. Everybody fighting for a playoff spot tonight. Bivens right to the back bumper. He's going to give Cox a little bit of room entering the corner. Now to the bottom of the racetrack goes Bivens. He gets a great run down the back straightaway. Can't get to the back bumper though. Too far that time by. Right up on the wall is Bivens. He gets into the wall a little bit. Drew Cox going to be able to extend the gap to about 0.4 of a second. And we got lap traffic coming up. That's going to be Josh Brackett. Right now, Bivens keeping an even gap there with Drew Cox that last time by, starting to put a little bit of pressure on him. Connor Gibson entering pit lane. You're not sure if it's damage related or what, but he enters pit lane. Nathan Johnson starting to drop a little bit. Battle back here. Stephen Henning and Tommy Lemley. Sorry, Elijah Fisher and Tommy Lemley battling. Seems like a 6.6 second pit stop for Connor Gibson. Quick in and out pit stop. And he stops. Wheel goes sideways. Not sure what happened to him. Bivens had a look to the bottom there, not going to be able to make it work that time by. And another battle back here starting to heat up. Matthew Greathouse starting to put the pressure on Adam Tahan. He had a look to the inside. Wasn't able to make it work. Both of them get really close to the wall there. Bivens, He has caught back up to Drew Cox. He had about a 3/10 gap to Drew. He has closed it down to under 2. At 1 point under 1. Let's right on board with this battle. Matthew Greathouse trying to catch up to Adam Tahan. He's starting to put the pressure on him. Here through 1 and 2. Out of 2. It's a great run out of 2. He's going to get to the back bumper. That's pretty close to the back bumper there. Not making it work that time by, though. Bivens back to the bottom through 3 and 4. Different line than a lot of other drivers are doing. A lot of other drivers running the high side. Oh, Drew gets into the wall there. Here comes the run from Bivens down the front straightaway. Bivens, he's going to get completely side by side. Is Drew going to give up the corner? No. He's going to get into the wall a little bit, though. Not going to be able to make it work there through 1 and 2. And there's Josh Brackett on the bottom. And we got one car into the pit lane. That's going to be Tommy Lemley. And I believe Sikorsky this time by. I'm hearing. Ooh, Bivens gets loose. Here comes Aaron Stanton. He'll get by Bivens. Side by side, that's Adam Tahan and Matthew Greathouse out of turn 4. Side by side down the front straightaway. 28 laps in, little bit of contact there. Greathouse on the bottom. Ooh, more contact. Sideways is the 7. He keeps it saved, and we stay green. Shows you how close they're getting to the wall out of the corner. Ooh. Cox got into the wall a little bit there. Drew Cox has gotten into the wall a couple times the past couple laps. And Aaron Stanton has started to close the gap. He's right there within 0.2 of a second, about running identical lap times. That time by Aaron Stanton was 0.2 of a second quicker. Now looking to battle back here for 8th. It's Sean Long and Keegan Clark. Elijah Fisher, all three of them under a blanket there. Keegan Clark didn't get into the wall a little bit. Long goes all the way to the bottom in this Superflow 84 throwback. Oh, we got Josh Henderson way off pace. What happened to Josh Henderson? Oh, Lemley got into the wall, and then 71 of Josh Henderson had nowhere to go. Just ran into the back of him. Nowhere to go. Big front end damage on that 71 truck. Three-way battle here. It's Josh Henderson, Ethan Sikorsky, and Steven Henning. Sikorsky goes around the top 3 wide and makes it stick. Sikorsky up into the top 10 now. Bivens starting to fall off here. Side by side, Aaron Stanton pressured from the lap car of Cameron Westenberg. Josh Henderson now into the pits. Here comes Adam Tahan. He goes to the bottom of the racetrack. Tahan will take third. Here comes Greathouse. He'll be pitting this time by. He goes in now. Vickery will assume a top 5 spot. These are all guys that pitted that have not pitted, that are pitting now. Matthew Greathouse hadn't pitted yet. First car that had pitted. Here comes Jeffrey Vickery and Elijah Fisher. They pitted on lap 9 after the second caution of the night, so they'll be able to go a little bit farther than some other drivers. Keegan Clark has not pitted yet. Ethan Sikorsky has not pitted yet, he has twice, once on lap 11. Now, Drew Cox struggling to get back by the 31 of Cameron Westenberg. Cameron Westenberg will drive away. And Aaron Stanton, Adam Tahan, and Mark Allen Bivens all coming down this time by. How long is Drew Cox going to be able to stay out for? A couple other drivers, Sean Long and Garrett Jenkins, in the pit lane. And it looks like Drew Cox will be coming in this time by. Jeffrey Vickery will assume the lead for the first time tonight. Here on lap 38. And then Elijah Fisher will be in second. So about 38 laps is what everybody can go on fuel. Maybe 40 with a little bit of saving. Vickery, your race leader. Let's look at where Drew Cox will come out. Will he come out in front of Greathouse, Stanton, Bivens, Tahan, and Long? Drivers that pitted later. Earlier. Here comes Drew Cox. Out of pit road. Here comes Greathouse. Greathouse will take the provisional lead as everything cycles around. Here comes Stanton. There is Drew Cox entering the picture now. He'll be in second. Stanton will be in third. Keegan Clark in pit lane right now. Keegan Clark going very slowly. Keegan Clark is out of fuel here in the pit lane. Can he make it back to his pit stall? We saw this last week with Mark Allen Bivens at Charlotte. I don't believe Keegan Clark's going to be able to make it back. Keegan's still trying to make it back. He is out of fuel and stopped on the pit lane. He'll have to go back to the pits. Jeffrey Vickery is still your race leader. Couple seconds over Matthew Greathouse. Here comes Greathouse trying to unlap himself. He's going to go 3 wide through the middle. Jenkins was on the bottom, and then Vickery on the top. Keegan Clark says he missed pit road. He had to go an extra lap and he wasn't able to make it, so out of fuel, and around goes your race leader sideways as the lap car of Aaron Stanton tries to get by him. And I believe Jeffrey Vickery will be coming in this time by. No, he'll stay out another lap. Ethan Sikorsky. Garrett Jenkins has had an accident. What happened to Garrett Jenkins? Just getting out of pit road. Went around. Ethan Sikorsky breathing down the neck of Jeffrey Vickery. Here's Elijah Fisher. He will cycle back to about 8th or so. Here comes Ethan Sikorsky. He'll go around the outside and he'll assume the race lead. Provisionally off of that, here comes Nathan Johnson. He will be your race leader right now. Here comes Nathan Johnson into the pit lane. Vickery taking 4 tires right now. We're going to go to VMTV non-stop. You won't miss a thing.
Coming up to the line, being chased, and it was Brayden Johnson. It was 1/1000th of a second between them.
Green flag in the air. We are racing in the 2020 24 Hours of Daytona.
They go door to door for the feature race lead here on the last lap of the race. Side by side for the race lead in the final corner at Homestead.
Down the back straightaway, 3 wide again for the race lead. This is unbelievable stuff here tonight.
Loma is going to have to be very deep on the brakes, and he is very deep on the brakes. It's side by side through the corner. This is for the win.
It'll be side by side. Davies low, Ottinger high. To the very inside is Garrett Lowe. 4 wide at the stripe. For all he's worth here on this outside line, neck and neck. Who's going to back out? Does anyone back out? Verstappen starts to squeeze on the inside and try and straight line it. Goes under the apron. Drag race to the line. It's so close to call.
We're back here from Darlington as the battle for the race lead, Matthew Greathouse and Drew Cox. Shane Harr into the pits. Shane Harr has not had a great day after this. Lost the car and went around. Just big contact into the wall there. And had to tow back to the pits. Side by side for the race lead here with 48 laps to go. Cox all the way to the bottom. Great House will clear, exiting 2. Keegan Clark behind them. Is Great House going to be able to hold on to this lead here into 3? Drew Cox goes to the bottom. And Drew Cox makes it look easy. He'll get around Matthew Greathouse for the race lead. .46 to go for Drew Cox. He's trying to clinch a regular season championship and give himself playoff points entering the playoffs. A lot of drivers lap down right now. Oh, Bivens hard into the wall there. He caught the wall. Not what he wanted to do. Battle for third between Bivens and Stanton. It's the battle for position. Stanton starting to pull away. Drives it in really deep. Bivens starts to close. Into the wall is Stanton. He's a little bit loose. Here is Bivens. Will he strike? Yes, he will. To the inside goes Mark Allen Bivens. Under 1/10 of a second here for Mark Allen Bivens. This time by 40 to go. On battling with the lap car of Nathan Johnson. We saw Bivens get clear of Stanton. Johnson hard in the wall there. Adam Tahan needs to win to lock himself into the playoff. Couple other drivers do as well. Greathouse, Stanton, Fisher, Sikorsky, all need wins. Sean Long in 8th, he needs a win. 21 drivers show up tonight, and only 2 more can make it in. Look at it, second place Greathouse right now. Mark Alabin starting to catch him a little bit at a time. Gap is under 1 second now. It's about 9/10 of a second. He's got Bivens' teammate right behind him, putting the pressure on him. But Clark trying to get his laps back one by one, passing these leaders on the fresher tires by quite a while. About 5 laps. 5 laps in this longer run. It's quite a while. We should be seeing Matthew Greathouse come to the pits relatively soon. I would guess around 6 more laps. Around lap 70 is when I'd see a lot of these drivers coming into the pits. Bivens gaps down to 7/10 of a second now. .35 to go. Last time by, Bivens fastest in the top 3, and Tahan right there as well. Sikorsky fastest on the lead lap. Also pitted about 8 laps later than Mark Allen Bivens. He's almost a lap down, but he is the fastest car on track as of right now. Bivens really starting to put the pressure on to Greathouse. Gaps down to under 6/10 of a second. Greathouse has Keegan Clark helping him. Clark putting the pressure on, and Bivens just slowly gaining down to 5/10 of a second now. Drew Cox just pulling away from these leaders. Not what you want to see if you're someone that needs a win tonight, like Stanton, Greathouse, Tahan, Sikorsky. Connor Gibson, we're going to bring him in, and we're going to see what happened to Connor Gibson. He's quite a few laps down. Here comes Matthew Greathouse into the pits. Connor, it's Mason up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
So is your night done? You've been in the pits for quite a few laps.
Yeah, I couldn't torture myself to run any more laps. It was embarrassing.
So what happened? Did you just smack the wall?
Oh,
your race leader smacking the wall, Drew Cox. He hit the wall pretty hard on turn 2 right there.
Oh, yeah, he did. He's cooking it. He's tubbing, but he tubbed too hard. Yeah, I hit the wall just, a couple times more than I needed to. So it broke, which is a shame because
Aaron Stanton's around. Right at the pit entry. Aaron Stanton. Let's take a look at what happened to Aaron Stanton. Just entering pit lane. Wasn't going to make it, so he didn't want to hit the barrels like Connor Gibson did last week. And had to back up on track. Here comes Mark Allen Bivens, your race. Not your race leader, second right now into the pit lane. Elijah Fisher will become your second place winning driver. Here comes Drew Cox as well, trying to succeed the undercut of Mark Allen Bivens. They can all make it after this last stop. It's a great pin entry for Drew Cox. Will Bivens come out ahead of Matthew Greathouse? Does the undercut work for Greathouse? 4 tires for Bivens. Left side's done. When he gets loose, almost wrecks it out of the pit lane. Greathouse is going to get by him. Drew Cox into the pit lane right now. Adam Tahan, a little bit of contact with Wessenberg. Wessenberg dives it to the bottom. Wessenberg, a driver that's plus or minus 24 to the cut line, needs a good finish here tonight. Oh, and we got a car around on the front straightaway. That's, not sure who that was. Is that Garrett Jenkins? No. I believe it was Nathan Johnson. Yeah, let's take a look and see if it was Nathan Johnson. Not sure who that was on the bottom of the racetrack. Matthew Greathouse comes out ahead of Drew Cox, about 1.7 seconds ahead, 25 to go. Ethan Sikorsky, your race leader as of right now. Drew Cox sets the fastest lap of the race. Last time by, some would say he's tubbing. Greathouse being chased down by Drew Cox. Greathouse and Cox, the battle for the provisional lead. The Greathouse battling for the race for third, right now. Nathan Johnson right in front of him. That's for third. He's going to just go right on by him. But Drew Cox is going to get held up. He's going to touch the wall a little bit there. Not going to affect him too much. Drew Cox still putting the pressure on. Nathan Johnson into the wall there. Now, Greathouse has Jeffrey Vickery in his sights. Greathouse moves up to second, but right behind him is Drew Cox. The battle for the lead. Cox goes all the way to the bottom under the apron. Can he clear him? Yes. New provisional leader is Drew Cox. He got by Greathouse with a slide job. 22 to go. Drew Cox is pulling away. 21 to go. Nathan Johnson in the pit road. Cameron Wessenberg in the pit road. Here comes your race leader of Ethan Sikorsky into the pit lane. Now this will be for the battle for the race lead. It'll be for Drew Cox. This is for the regular season championship and a ton of playoff points. For Matthew Greathouse, This is for a chance to compete for an IRSS championship. Drew Cox with about a 1 second lead down the back straightaway. 20 to go. 19 this time by. Can Greathouse close the deficit? Battle for the top 3 spot. Bivens, Tahan. Battle for third. Tahan on the high side. Bivens on the bottom. Riding on board with the 76, looking back at the 7 of Tahan. Tahan backs up his corner entry, trying to prioritize the center corner speed. Mark Allen Bivens starting to pull away from Adam Tahan for that third spot. Drew Cox, your race leader, he gets into the wall hard there. That's going to let Greathouse catch up to him quite a bit, about 3/10 that time by through 1 and 2. Down the Boeing back straightaway. Gaps back under 1 second. This time by 15 to go. Greathouse starting to fall back a little bit more. 1.1 seconds is the gap. 14 to go for Drew Cox. Greathouse keeping that gap. Oh, at the big tank slap there for the 84. Sean Wong tank slapped the wall there that time by. Here comes Nathan Johnson. He'll get out of the way. Drew Cox. Gaps kind of steadied out last time by. Both these drivers ran the exact same lap time. This time by, Greathouse is a little bit faster. Under 1 second now for Greathouse. He needs a hard last 10-lap charge to possibly get himself into the playoffs and fight for a championship. A good run out of 4 at the line. 10 to go. He's going to close the gap under 1 second again, but entering the corner. Greathouse, he is faster. Right up on the wall for Greathouse. Exiting the corner. He's going to get the gap almost down to 8 tenths. He will. Under 9 tenths. Eight and a half tenths for Matthew Greathouse. 2 tenths quicker that last time by. Greathouse trying to push every ounce of speed out of that Chevy as possible. Under 8 tenths of a second out of turn 4. 8 to go. Does he have enough time? About a tenth quicker that last time by. He has it under 6 tenths of a second. Under 6 tenths of a second. 7 to go. He was 2 tenths quicker that last time by. Six to go. The gap is evened out at about 6 tenths of a second. The lap times have evened out at about even. Nobody's really faster than anybody else when it comes to these front two. But the gap now has closed to under 5 tenths entering 3, but it's going to go back up to about 6. Middle of 3, but a better run out for Greathouse. 5 to go. And the gap is under 5 tenths. Out of 2. 10th quicker that last time by for Greathouse. He needs to continue up the pressure. Four to go for Drew Cox. Drew was faster that last time by. Oh, a big tank slap there. Behind, that was Ethan Sikorsky. He tank slapped the wall really hard. Three to go for Drew Cox. This time by will put us at 2 to go. Three miles left to decide the regular season championship and who was going to make it into the playoffs. A new winner will knock Elijah Fisher out. And if we don't have a new winner, Elijah Fisher will be into the playoffs. White flag is out for Drew Cox. There was no caution. We are green to the end. He's going to have one chance to pull a Hail Mary. He drives it in. Not gonna be able to do it. Drew Cox is gonna win at Darlington and win the regular season championship. Greathouse gets second, Bivens gets third, Tahan gets fourth. He crosses the line backwards. Oh, and he gets pile driven by Cade Cannon. Stanton gets fifth. Elijah Fisher seems to be into the playoffs. The lady in black strikes again. Your race winner, Drew Cox, gets to burn it down here at Darlington. As we await the final word on the playoff standings. We do know who your top three are. So let's get your top three in here. It's going to be Bivens in third. Let's bring in your third place driver. Let's bring in your third place driver, Mark Allen Bivens. Mark, it's Mason up here in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, what's up?
Congrats on the third place finish tonight. Pretty good run to finish out the regular season. What could you have done better to possibly seal a win and maybe a regular season championship?
I think the real problem was me just stepping on my what. The times I did get a good run, I was putting it in the wall, and I was definitely gaining on Drew and Matt there for a little bit, but then I ended up burning out at my tires, and I think it was really just a situation of I kind of messed it up on the first run whenever I burned out my tires and hit the wall, and I just wasn't able to recover. Matt and Drew, they drove a really good race, and just happy to end off the regular season with a podium and head to the playoffs.
Yeah, you had a really good run tonight. You made some really good passes, and you got through the lap traffic really well. It went green for most of it. And what was the strategy like pitting, pretty close to when the leaders were, but, what was the strategy splitting Greathouse and Cox strategy?
I wasn't expecting Greathouse to pit that early on the first run, and with how killed my tires were, I would have pitted early on the first run, but I really just pitted whenever I felt that I really needed to. The first run I pitted with about maybe 3 laps left on my fuel whenever I usually have a tendency to run it all the way out. So I think it was really just I kind of just murdered my tires. So it's just going to be a driver error and a driver problem. But just not a usual night, but just happy I was able to salvage it to a good run.
Yeah, finishes it off really well. Salvaged the good finish. Who do you want to thank tonight? Shout-outs.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody that helps me out. I'd like to thank my teammates. I'd like to thank you, broadcaster. I'd like to thank all the admins. I'd like to thank Race Control Nolan. I'd like to thank CTSPN and Clark Sources. I'd also like to thank Costa Guys Racing. I think this finish deserves 3 big booms. So, boom, boom, boom.
Well, congrats on the third place finish, and we will see you next week for the first round and first race of the playoffs.
Good, thank you.
Let's bring in your second place driver, Matthew Greathouse. Matthew, Mason up here in the booth, got a copy?
Yes, I got you.
Well, congrats on a good second place run tonight in your first race here in the IRSS. What was the pit strategy there? Coming in pretty early there tonight. What was the strategy coming in early?
Well, I restarted third on a restart and ended up back in fifth, and I just got kind of stuck back there. I couldn't pass. It's hard to pass, and I just couldn't get any track position. So I figured I would try to short pit the first one and maybe try to jump those guys and just drive it as hard as I could, keep it in front of them. And I did pretty well. I only fell back to second, and then I ran it pretty much dry coming in for the last stop. And in the last stop, I realized I burnt my tires up a little bit too much the previous run. So yeah, I kind of took it easy for 15 laps or so and let the 21 by, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to hold him up. If I ran him super hard, he would just pull away from me. So, it all worked out. About 2/10 short, though, so wish I had a couple more laps. I found something in 1 and 2 for the last 10 laps and just ran out of time.
Yeah, you tried to finish it off really well. Really, really good hard push to the end there. Yeah, a couple more laps, you'd have been right there with him.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. It's like I said, it's so hard to pass. So, I probably would have had to put the bumper at least, nudge him a little bit to get underneath of him or to get a win. But I typically don't like doing that. So, we were going to race it out as clean as possible. And yeah, like I said, I just needed a few more laps, and it would have been pretty exciting. I was a little bit better and felt like a little bit better in 1 and 2. And then 3 and 4 was kind of even, or maybe I have it backwards. I don't know, man. I had my tongue out. I was driving as hard as I could the last 15 to 20 laps there.
Yeah, you came away with a really good finish and a really good statement to start off here in the IRSS. Shout outs to anybody you would like to thank tonight.
Yeah, so first of all, shout out to Jeff Vickery. He's been kind of pushing me to come over here and race with you guys, and I've been putting it off, and then finally I was like, oh hell, I like Darlington, so I'll give it a shot, and I had a blast, man. You guys, that's fun. I mean, this track is so fun when you get a long run, and you get 3 or 4 or 5 guys that are pretty quick, and it makes for a great race. I would like to shout out a couple sponsors of mine that's been with me for a while: Off Axis Paint and Advent Edge Marketing. Those guys have been a good supporter of me. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun and just happy to finish P2. Congrats to Drew. He ran a good race. We were talking a little bit and there in the other room, and he seems like a good dude. So good win for him.
Yeah, congrats on the second place finish tonight, and hopefully see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Bring in your race winner here tonight, Drew Cox. Drew, Mason up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, congrats on the race win tonight and the regular season championship locked up.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
It was a great pit strategy there tonight. What really got you there into the lead there? What put you in that situation to get the win tonight?
Well, first off, thanks to all the guys. That was a really clean race. That's what me and Mark were talking about. I mean, we didn't think that Darlington was going to be the track to have green flag runs, but no, I knew once I made the move on Mark in that first stint, and he was probably faster than me to begin the race, but I figured as long as I could stay above him and keep him behind me, the tire wear is going to be so hard for him to pass. And I think everybody pitted like 1 or 2 laps short on fuel, so I would run mine all the way out. Like, I think I was half a lap every time I came down to pit, and I mean, those 1 or 2 laps on the tires, I mean, that's a pretty big deal. So I was able just to keep pretty good pace. I mean, Mac, he figured something out there at the end of the race, and I think he definitely had the better truck. But dude, just trying to conserve and not be over aggressive, like what's on the line, is kind of the only mentality I had, and I guess that's what helped me. because I wasn't trying to overdrive the truck. I just wanted like a top 5 finish, but we had great speed all night. It kind of came to a shock to me because I don't think I've ever even, I might have ran one full race at this track. I don't know, but just a lot of practice by myself, you know, and was able to get it done. So super proud of that for sure.
Yeah, you were talking about how Matthew figured something out there at the end. Was that just him, finding that extra bit of speed, or was that you conserving a little bit of tire just in case he did get to you?
Yeah, that we kind of talked about it a little bit right there before the briefing. He found something for sure in 3 and 4, but I wasn't. It's a little bit different because he was catching me, so he knows what he can kind of see in front of me, like what I'm doing and what he can do. But I was just committed to the bottom, barely getting on the gas and just making sure I wasn't spinning the tires coming up off. Because even if a caution did come out, I think everybody had a set of tires left, so that wasn't really going to matter. But I was full intentional. Hey, he catches me, just let him go, because I wanted the championship. It wasn't going to be worth anything else. So no, he definitely found something there at the end to gain speed, and I think that went along with that second stint. Whenever I went around him and he tried to hang with me, and he burned his stuff up pretty good, but that last time he just let me go, and then he reeled me back in. But like I said, he was just a couple laps short, but it was a great run all in all. And yeah, regular season championship. It's a lot of good, consistent races, I must say. So I'm pretty happy about that, and wish Josh could have got a little bit better finish, but it is what it is. He's out of playoffs now, but we're gonna have some fun, and hopefully I can keep it rolling. That's I think we reset, if I'm not mistaken.
We reset to 2,000 points, and you're going to have quite a bit of bonus points coming into the playoffs first week at Michigan next week.
I was thinking I got some bonus points, so that's a huge. I think that's going to be huge. So I'm excited to see how playoffs are going to shake up. This is my first win, I think, since November, so it's been a little while. I know we took 2 weeks off, but yeah, it was good. Been a great season, and I'm very proud of how much speed I've been able to maintain it consistently.
Yeah, you had just a great season all season, really consistent. Even missing last week, I believe.
Yeah, I missed Charlotte. That was
didn't really change much for you.
Yeah, I actually talked to Mark about that because me and Josh, we coach basketball for the little kids, and I was watching Mark on the YouTube broadcast, and I saw him run out of fuel, and I tapped Josh. I was like, "There ain't no way he just done that," knowing I wasn't gonna be there. So yeah, I was, and then he got the pole tonight, dude. That really threw me for a loop because I wasn't expecting him to go out there and sit on the pole and get the 5 extra bonus points. So I knew then, like, hey, it's only a 10-point cushion, so anything can happen tonight. But I just stuck with my game plan. I wanted to be in the top 5. I knew if I could finish top 5, no matter how many bonus points he got, I was still going to win the championship. So just happy with how the race played out, and proud of myself for how I drove for sure.
Yeah, well, congrats on the regular season championship and tonight's win. Anybody you would like to thank? Any shout-outs?
Yeah, I want to thank all you guys. Thank the broadcasting guys. Y'all put on a great show, and just how much the league is involved. I know y'all weren't used to such a good car count, but from the beginning of the year, it's been consistent. Not 18 to 26 cars every week, and we put on good shows. We've had a couple bad races, but nothing crazy. Nothing really out of the ordinary. And Darlington was a great race. So just shout out to all the league members, and everybody keeps it competitive. So playoffs are going to be a good push. And shout out to Josh, my teammate, for he's going to keep running through the playoffs. But yeah, just shout out to everybody that runs the league and y'all guys. It's been a great league, and I'm happy to see how much it's progressed just in the past couple months.
Yeah, well, congrats on the win tonight, and hope to see you next week. And well, have a good rest of your night.
All right, thank you, buddy.
Drew Cox, race winner tonight and regular season points champion. A big win here tonight to end out the regular season. Let's go over your finishing results here tonight. There we go. It's going to be Drew Cox picking up the win. Matthew Greathouse second. Mark Allen Bivens third. Adam Tahan fourth. Aaron Stanton fifth. Elijah Fisher sixth. Ethan Sikorsky seventh. Sean Long eighth. Jeffrey Vickery ninth. Stephen Henning Jr. 10th. Josh Henderson 11th. Cade Cannon 12th. Nathan Johnson 13th. Cameron Westenberg 14th. Keegan Clark 15th. Connor Gibson 16th. 17th. Shane Haar. 18th. Garrett Jenkins. 19th, Tommy Lemley. 20th, Josh Brackett. And 21st, Blake Witowski. That's going to do it here tonight for us here at VMTV and at the IRSS. I want to thank all our sponsors, Lake Storage, CTESPN, and 213 Simware for their support of the series and these broadcasts. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next week at Michigan for round 1 of the playoffs. Have a good night.